Earlier today, the Southern and Eastern Africa Trade Information and Negotiations Institute, SEATINI Uganda, a non-government organization in partnership with Uganda Parliamentary Network on Illicit Financial Flows Tax Justice, UPNIFT, and other various civil society organizations like Tax Justice Network Africa, have organized a stakeholders meeting aimed at conscientizing members of parliament about the dreadful impacts of illicit financial flows on domestic revenue mobilization. According to Global Financial Integrity, East Africa loses around $8.7 billion annually to illicit financial flows. For Uganda's case, illicit financial flows, which is comprised of corruption, dodging of paying taxes, among others, have greatly compromised the government's service delivery and the endless reliance on foreign debts. It is upon this ground that Kitengo invited the government and other stakeholders to step up in the fight against not only graft, but also other forms of illicit financial flows.
Taxpayers, we need to look at how can we address or close the loopholes facilitating illicit financial flows within the country.
The Vice Chairperson of Uganda Parliamentary Network on Illicit Financial Flows and Tax Justice, Saro Pende, reminded her fellow legislators of their duty to enact financial laws that will protect the country's resources.
And I want to state that let us continue with this fire and not cease, not end, because now there is a lot of impunity in this country. People are stealing resources without any shame.
Nelly Businji, the Partnerships and Institutional Learning Manager at Tax Justice Network Africa, says that Uganda must ensure active participation in these processes to safeguard national interests and influence global processes.
But the point is that we have to fast track these resources, these illicit flows or whatever things that are, giving us a headache. But we also need to make sure we are stopping it and then getting back the resources that have been stolen, right? And we've been talking about this for years. This was 2012 when the report was coming out. But even before then, we had started campaigns around tax and all that.
Avujen Pakuto, the woman member of parliament for Pakwach district, has questioned the government's lack of transparency and consistent imbalances in tax incentives, something which is presumed to have fueled the illicit financial flows.
Where is this idea of this new tax or review coming from? There is no clear justification. It looks like finance is gambling. Where can we quickly collect money, collect revenue, and you say, okay, if we put tax here, I think it will work. But what is the ripple effect on the economy, on the people of Uganda?
On behalf of the Minister of Finance, Gerald Namoma, a principal economist officer, highlights on the government's intervention moves so far undertaken in addressing this economic vice.
By the way, there is no country which doesn't grant tax incentives. And I think that's an important message to keep at the back of our minds. The key thing is to ensure that they are done transparently, they are evaluated for their benefits. The ones which are not are struck off, and that's the effort we are undertaking at the moment. And then they are kept within check. Yes, there are good intentions why they are granted, but we need to keep track of the benefits vis-a-vis the costs, so that either we keep them, but also we administer them equitably. Everybody should know what we have, and these are the efforts which we've been undertaking over the last couple of months.
Joseph Kabale, UCTV News.